Time to bring the bass back.
Mix is the beat of our culture. Your music.
I thank God for the opportunity to make music and for that music to be on a platform for people to come out and love.
Your stories.
It's gold for the Philippines.
The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers.
We bring you the latest and greatest impacting people from our community.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix.
It's just a true honor to be able to do this, especially with all the great Filipino talent here.
Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.
Step back three. He has got that.
Mix is the beat of our culture.
Hey guys, it's Sam with 2Ms and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Friday, everybody who's tuning in live here on Mix. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday. I hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy throughout this, week as well. But I'm so excited to be here with all of you because our very special guests for today are a group that we missed a lot, and they're finally back in the Philippines, and I can't wait to talk to them more about how they've been, new music, and everything else in between. So everybody, please welcome to MYXclusive New Hope Club.
Hey, hello, how you doing?
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I've been good. Happy Friday to you. But before anything else, I'll just have you guys introduce yourselves to everybody tuning in and saying hey.
Yes, hello, I'm Reese. I'm George, and we are Reese. I'm George from New Hope Club. Blake can't be with us today. He's not feeling too good.
Oh no! Shout out to Blake. Hopefully he feels a little bit better. I'm sure you guys have been having a bit of a tiring time, especially with the travel and all of that. So I hope Blake does feel better. But how are you guys doing today? How are you feeling today?
Doing okay, yeah, not doing bad. We got into Manila yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on tour for just over 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've been busy boys since probably like July time, which is it's fun. It's nice to be back on the road doing things again. It's very fun, and it's obviously lovely to be back in Manila for the first time in three years, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I feel like it was just yesterday. Actually, no, it is a long time since the last time since you guys were here. So what was like the thing you guys miss most about the Philippines?
Honestly, the fans. I miss the fans so much. They've always just been so supportive of us, and we just want to thank them so much for just being amazing to us since the start, and bearing with us not being able to see them for so long and sending us so much love online. But it's so nice to be back. Sadly, we're not playing a proper show, but we'll be back hopefully sooner rather than later. Definitely not 3 years time, and we'll do a proper show where we can see them all up close. So that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure they would love that as well. But the fact that even though you don't have a proper show, but still, ended up coming to the Philippines, I think is already something really, really cool. I saw even like yesterday when you guys arrived, I saw photos from the airport too. Like people were so excited that you were back in the Philippines. So hopefully we get to see a show in the future as well. But speaking of shows, earlier this month, you guys had a really memorable time in South Korea playing your biggest headline show to date, which is so amazing. So how was that like? Like, what was that whole experience like?
Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, first time we've ever headlined a festival, thousands of people. And again, it was kind of one of those moments again that we were like, headlining this festival, is anyone going to know like who we are? Or we were always like second guessing ourselves at big moments like that. And it was just unbelievable. One of the best shows we've ever played. Everyone sang every word of every song, and it was just so fulfilling for us to be back playing a live show again. And we love Korea as well. Like we spent a lot of time there. We met a lot of K-pop bands. We've always been really interested in the K-pop world, so we got to collaborate with a couple of people on different just little videos and stuff. And there's definitely plans to write with them when we go back. And so, very exciting. We like it though.
Yeah, I saw a lot of like pictures and videos from when you guys were in South Korea, like even did the music shows when you guys were there. So I thought that was really, really cool. And meeting like K-pop idols too, like ATEEZ and even Wendy of Red Velvet. So what was it like, meeting these idols who obviously are also really big artists all around the world?
They're just like such good people, and I think
Mhm.
they're just so open to um, just talking about everything and giving you time and just just really kind. And I think it goes for everyone in in Korea. It's just really sweet people, and um, yeah, we've always had a pleasant time there. We always have a memorable stay. We also did a show in Indonesia too, which was an amazing show. Another headline show, and again, there was just so many people there, and just so good to be back again in Asia, just doing all this. We couldn't play a show here in Philippines, unfortunately, but
Mhm.
hopefully next time we come back, we'll be able to play another show.
Okay, I'm gonna hype up the show, the future show right now. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be huge, and everybody's gonna have such a fun time. So we're gonna manifest that with you guys, and hopefully
Yes,
that does get to happen. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll happen in the future
it will.
too.
We
So
hope
what
so.
an yeah, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be, it's gonna be written in the future too. So we can't wait for that. But it's really, really cool. Like despite being not able to come to the Philippines or even Asia, you're able to grow a lot in that time, especially with the new music that you guys put out not too long ago. And you kicked off a new era of New Hope Club with two tracks that you released not too long ago. So you have Girl Who Does Both and Getting Better. So how would you describe this new era of New Hope Club that we're seeing right now?
I mean, over the course of the pandemic, it did
Mhm.
give us a lot of time to like reflect on what we had done as a band regarding like the first album. And I mean, we started this band when we were 15, so we were very young boys, all very new to everything. So yeah, we were just reflecting on that whole time of growing up and just growing up as people as well as like musicians and everything.
Mhm.
But it gave us a lot of time to really hone in on writing music because we'd never had so much time to, because obviously we've been on tour for like pretty much 6 years,
Mhm.
to really kind of, go into a dark room and just start writing all these songs. But basically, we just kind of found our way by doing that, experimenting, figuring out who we were as a band, as people, and honestly, it's like it was such a learning curve for us. We enjoyed every moment of writing every single song, even though not all the songs will come out. There's a lot of really cool ones and then not so cool ones. So it was just experimenting, figuring out where we wanted to go as musicians. Um, but yeah, I think we've found out like where we want to go,
Mhm.
and our like process of writing now. We want to just make sure that every single time we write a song that we have the most amount of fun possible, and just like not really take ourselves too seriously, but then also talk about some like personal things as well. So it's one of those things where we want to have a lot of fun, and I think you can hear that in the music since it's been released.
Mhm.
I just hope that you guys love it as much as we do. We had so much fun making it, so yeah, it's an exciting time for us to really like. This kind of feels like the start of, like you said, like the not the New Hope Club because we were obviously New Hope Club before, but it's just a very exciting time for us where we can keep going forward.
For sure. I mean, any kind of growth for any artist is really exciting, and I definitely do hear like all the fun. I mean, I can speak for everybody. When we listen to the new songs too, like they're extra fun. Like I love listening to "Call Me a Quitter," especially when I'm having like a really good day too. I feel like it just feels like so much good vibes, and we can hear how much fun you guys have when you create the song. But or the songs. So, were there certain things that you learned about each other during this time too, since it was a lot of experimentation and a lot of trial and error?
I think we definitely got closer during the pandemic. I mean,
Mm.
I think it was a tough time for everyone, and especially like relationships with everyone, like family and just any kind of relationship. It was tough to maintain.
Mhm.
I think it put a lot of strain on people, but luckily we had each other, and I think that definitely brought us closer.
We had each other to talk to about anything that we were going through, and we have the unique experience of experiencing a lot of the same things. We've grown up on the road, and we've traveled since we were very, very young, and we've been in this industry where we're surrounded by people that most of the time a lot older than us. So we've had to grow up in a short amount of time, and luckily we've got each other to relate to and lean on and talk to whenever we need each other.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the silver linings, I feel like, of the pandemic. You really get to get closer to the people who are really important in your lives, right? I think we can all kind of agree on that. Like, despite the distance and despite not being able to see each other all the time, it's cool to hear that you guys grew closer during this time as well. And then, you're having so much fun creating all of the music too. And last week you dropped 2 new singles, Call Me a Quitter, which I mentioned a while ago, and Whatever. So let's talk more about these 2 songs. Let's talk more about Call Me a Quitter. So can you guys tell us more about the story behind it?
Yeah, Call Me a Quitter. Well, it's pretty much about what I just said. How relationships were so tough to maintain during lockdown. I think we can all relate to the fact that we felt a little unmotivated and weren't doing as much as we could have been doing. And it's about that self-realization that, hey, like, I can do better. I can do better than what I'm doing right now. I don't have to settle for this because it's just going to fizzle out. I can work harder. I can do more. The first line of the chorus is, I could love you just a little bit better. So I think it's about, don't call me a quitter. I'm not going to quit on this. I'm going to see it out. And it came from the fact that we were just having a conversation in the back of a cab one day in London, just talking about how we were all struggling. And I think it took one of us to just speak up, and then all the rest of us were like, oh, that's how I also feel. So I think, like I said, we go through a lot of the same stuff just because of our experiences growing up. It's about that. I think a lot of people can relate to it during lockdown. It's really tough.
For sure. I mean, wanting to do better all the time is something a lot of us can definitely relate to. So what a good reminder for everybody too, especially during this weird time that we had to spend in lockdown and during the pandemic as well. But along with Call Me a Quitter, you also released Whatever. So can you tell us more about the story behind that too?
Yeah, Whatever we actually wrote quite early on, like during the pandemic. And we actually wrote it over Zoom. We wrote quite a few of the tunes over Zoom, which was such a weird way of writing songs. Because obviously normally we're like in the studio with everyone, like jamming. But when you're on Zoom, you have to kind of mute yourself, and then you can kind of play it, but only one person can play at the same time. So it's a bit of a strange way of working. But yeah, we got through that, and that song is sort of like a free, like breezy kind of breakup song where you're kind of brushing it off and you're saying, oh, it's whatever. But originally we wrote that song, and it was swung, and it was like more like acoustic, and it felt almost like a latter Beatles record. But at that time we kind of let it sit for a couple of months. We always loved the song, and we thought there was something in it, but it was just, I think, the way that we originally did it, we were like, it's close, but it's not quite there. So we left it for a while, and then we came back to it I'd say about 6 months later. And weirdly, we were in the back of a cab as well, a black cab. And then we were just like, oh, wait, hang on, we had like a sort of like a light bulb moment. For a way to make the lyrics fit with like the production of the song. We can make it feel like more like light and breezy, like carefree. So we tried it like straight, and then it kind of came to how it is now, and it just feels like you're brushing everything off in the way that it finally came out. And we love that song as well. It's just exciting to be able to put out like 2 songs at a time. It's a way to like show all the fans who haven't heard anything for so long, like little insights to what we've been doing, how we've been feeling, and where we're going as musicians. And it's just it's a fun way for us to also just put more music out. It's so much fun for us.
For sure. I think it's, just enough to get people excited about, the music, but also the music that's gonna come as well. So that's really exciting. And I love this whole like theme of you guys creating stuff in the back of a cab. I feel like that's a very creative place for you guys. Maybe you could do like a series in the future, a series about like, you guys like you just having all of these amazing creative stories or inspiration when you guys are in the back of a cab. But that's so cool that you guys are able to release all of this music despite everything that's been happening, which makes us more excited too for everything that you have planned for everybody. So, what else can everybody expect coming from New Hope Club?
Well, a lot of new music for sure. We've been writing like non-stop pretty much for 2 years, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, just like we're getting back on tour, like we said, we're kind of just going around seeing everywhere, and I'm sure we'll be back sooner rather than later to all of these places. But yeah, just the new music, the new singles, the new videos. It's just a very exciting time for us to be putting out just stuff that we've been doing, that we've been working so hard on, and hopefully the fans enjoy it and love it as much as we do.
For sure. And we can't wait for everything else that you guys have in store for everybody. But for now, we'll listen to all of the music that's already out for everybody to hear. But before I let you guys go, do you have a message to all of your Filipino fans who are so excited to see you guys again in the future and, of course, hear more music?
Yeah, thank you for your support. We're very happy to be back. We wish we were playing a show, but yeah, when we come back next time, we'll play a big show. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you around whilst we have a couple of days here. Mahal Kita, we'll see you soon.
We love it, and we can't wait for the future shows. So enjoy the rest of your stay here in the Philippines, you guys. And of course, shout out to Blake, who cannot join us today, but we hope that he's feeling better. But thank you so much, George and Reese, for joining us here on Mix. And thank you as well to everybody who's tuning into this MYXclusive interview. Once again, this has been Sama 2Ms with New Hope Club. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.